We show up, and the streets are so ridiculously packed with people.
I have been hard at work these last couple of weeks putting the deluxe edition together, and I think you guys are going to really like it. This was a difficult one. Usually it's much easier because in the past it's just like I've got all this extra footage and I just throw everything in. This one's different because I've still got a whole nother movie to make, and I don't know what exactly I'm going to be using for the second movie. And so figuring out what I was going to include in this was a little bit trickier.
And so now we're walking down the streets. First of all, I don't even know where some of our team is. They rode with other people, and where is everyone? We walk, and it is packed, crowded with people. And I'm like, whoa, here we go.
There's going to be kind of I think it's going to be two separate discs in the deluxe edition, besides obviously just the film. And one will focus exclusively on from the streets, stuff from the streets, and the adventures themselves. And then the other one will be more kind of interviews and stuff. There's a separate section for each adventure. So like India has its own featurette, Korn Concert has its own, Monaco has its own, and Salt Lake City has its own featurette. So each of those are kind of, they're between 30 minutes to 50 minutes each. And I just kind of you just kind of go through the entire journey, but the more behind the scenes stuff. So a lot of times I try to, for instance, take you up to a certain point that where it begins in the film, and then show you kind of the aftermath of that. So that's what we did with the Korn concert, for instance. Now for the interviews, it's been a little bit more difficult. I tried to only focus on the things that were focused on in the film. So for instance, the things in the film that we get really kind of heavy with are, the ability to hear the voice of God, like how to do that, as well as the more creative side of things. And so I really focused on those things in this. And and so I just, it's about 2.5 hours to 3 hours for each of those two kind of discs. So it should be really, really good. And I'm really excited, and I think you guys are going to like it. Especially for the creative types out there, you're going to really, really like it. But yeah, it should satiate everybody's appetite, at least until the second deluxe edition comes out, which will be a monster.